Not only will Episode 9 provide many different connections to the original trilogy as well as Star Wars Rebels, but also the prequel trilogy era by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. And that is one thing that a lot of people are very excited about, is of course exactly how J.J. is going to utilize all the different prequel trilogy connections in this film. Now, we are just 3 days away from Star Wars Celebration. You can really feel the excitement growing with each and every day that passes by during this week, and we are getting very close to that official title reveal and the teaser trailer that will allow fans to finally get to see exactly what the final film of the Skywalker saga is going to look like on the big screen. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, it actually goes over one of the big connections to the prequel trilogy that will be inserted into Episode 9 by JJ. Now, specifically, a description of a rear shot of Kylo Ren on board of a new Star Destroyer that is said to be dedicated to Kylo Ren. It's described that Kylo is examining a hologram of a large planet and examining it in great detail. It's described to be the planet of Mustafar from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. However, it's unknown as to why Kylo is viewing a hologram of the world. It's also described that all 6 Knights of Ren are standing around the hologram in a circular formation. The next goes over Kylo zooming in on the planet of Mustafar, where it said that Kylo is viewing a bird's eye view of Darth Vader's fortress/castle. It said that the fortress is marked with a yellow indicator that implies that Mustafar may actually show up in the film at some point in time in the plot. However, nonetheless, this is said to be a nod to the prequels by JJ through the characters of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this, because this really does bring me back to one of the interviews by the creators of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, saying how they really do plan on bringing back Darth Vader's fortress/Mustafar in a future Star Wars movie, and that's exactly what they were hoping for as well. And now in Episode 9, you can really see that, at least somewhat so far, J.J. Abrams is indeed bringing back the planet of Mustafar. Now, why is Kylo Ren examining a hologram of the world of Mustafar, and specifically zooming in on it up until he goes over to Darth Vader's fortress/castle, where it's marked with a yellow indicator itself, indicating that there is something in there that Kylo Ren is after, or maybe something that he wants to learn more about. Now, we do know that this movie is going to have a lot of connections to past Star Wars films, such as, of course, the prequels, the originals, and other movies out there, as well as Star Wars Rebels. So this movie really does have a lot going for it, but by far, I think that this is the best prequel trilogy connection as far as Easter eggs really go, and little nods to the past Star Wars movies. Mustafar, I gotta say, is one of my favorite planets in the Star Wars franchise because, well, it's the location of one of the most amazing lightsaber duels in history of the Star Wars franchise between both Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's one of the big reasons as to why I love Rogue One so much, is because we got to revisit some of those, planets that we haven't seen since the prequel trilogy era. Now, going into Episode 9, we do know that Chris Terrio has done a lot of research when it comes to prequel trilogy continuity, Legends content, and everything that has to do with the prequel trilogy itself. And that's one thing that a lot of people, I think, are going to notice immediately in, of course, the movie itself, once it drops come December of 2019, is that this film really is going to answer a lot of the burning questions in The Force Awakens, but will also be exploring different angles and aspects of the prequel trilogy that will actually be thrown into Episode 9 in a different way. So, like I say, it's described that Kylo Ren is on board of a new Star Destroyer that is said to be his very own Star Destroyer, almost like how Darth Vader had his own in the original trilogy. And you can really see what they're trying to do here. They're trying to mimic Kylo Ren being essentially the new Darth Vader in Episode 9, now that he is indeed the supreme leader of the First Order. So him examining the world of Mustafar, like I said, guys, what do you make about all this? Does this really mean that we're going to go back to Mustafar? Is this a hint that Kylo Ren plans to go there at a later point in time in the movie? I can't really think of any other reason as to why he would be examining a hologram of the planet and viewing Darth Vader's fortress/castle if he didn't plan on going there. Now, this also matches up with how Disney and Lucasfilm planned to shoot over at Mount Etna over in Italy for a scene involving Episode 9, which is the same exact filming location for Revenge of the Sith. And, well, I think that was probably the biggest hint that Mustafar would be returning at some point in time in the film. To me, nostalgia is fine as long as it's written and executed on the big screen correctly, where it's not going to just seem like J.J. Abrams is just throwing the stuff in here for the hell of it. You know, it really does have to have a lot of substance and meaning behind it all. So that's why I think that there's more to the story here as to why Kylo is examining the hologram of course, the planet of Mustafar. There's got to be a deep reason and a real answer as to why Kylo Ren is examining and analyzing this. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.